All praise on high. Barakat Hashem Yahweh, Barakat Hashem Lebanai, Yahweh Shah, Barakat Hashem Kodash Ruk, Rukaman, Allah Shaddai Yasharala. Salutations to you. Israel, this is going to be a reading from the book of Jubilees, chapter 24. All right, Jubilees 24:1. And it came to pass after the death of Abraham that Yahweh blessed Isaac his son, and he arose from Hebron and went and dwelt at the well of the vision. We're going to skip past these notes, man. So get down here, let's get to verse 3. And Jacob saw lentil pottage. Okay. And Jacob saw little pottage, and Esau came from the field hungry. And he said to Jacob his brother, give me of this red pottage. And Jacob said to him, sell to me thy birthright, and I will give thee bread and also some of this lentil pottage. Verse 4. And Esau said in his heart, I shall die. Of what profit to me is this birthright? And he said to Jacob, I give it to thee. Verse 5. And Jacob said, swear to me this day. And he sware unto him. And Jacob gave his brother Esau bread and pottage, and he ate till he was satisfied. And Esau despised his birthright. For this reason was Esau's name called Edom. All right? On account of the red pottage which Jacob gave him for his birthright. And Jacob became the elder, and Esau was brought down from his dignity. Let's look at verse 14 over here. And Isaac waxed strong among the Philistines, and he got many possessions, oxen and sheep and camels and asses and a great household. And he sowed in the land of the Philistines and brought in 100fold. And Isaac became exceedingly great, and the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which the servants of Abraham had dug during the life of Abraham, the Philistines had stopped them after the death of Abraham and filled them with earth. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence. I don't know if that's accurate, but that says in 2101 AM. I'm not familiar with that timeline, so if anybody is familiar with that, leave a comment. Let me know what that timeline is based upon. All right, I never seen it in the other text, but maybe that's another translator's note. All right. So verse 17. And Abimelech said unto Isaac, go from us, for thou art much mightier than we. And Isaac departed thence in 2101, the first year of the 7th week, and sojourned in the valleys of Gerar. And they digged again the wells of water which the servants of Abraham his father had digged, and which the Philistines had closed after the death of Abraham his father. And he called their names as Abraham his father had named them. And the servants of Isaac dug a well in the valley and found living water. And the shepherds of Gerar strove with the shepherds of Isaac, saying, the water is ours. And Isaac called the name of the well Perversity, because they had been perverse with us. It should have said be saying. All right, it should have said saying, because they had been perverse with us. And they dug a second well, and they strove for that also. And he called his name Enmity. And he arose from thence, and they digged another well, and for that they strove not. And he called the name of it Room. Now Yahweh hath made room for us. Salakia. And Isaac said, now Yahweh hath made room for us, and we have increased in the land. Verse 21, Jubilees 24:21. And he went up from thence to the well of the oath in the first year of the first week of the 44th Jubilee. And Yahweh appeared to him that night on the new moon of the first month, and said unto him, I am Elohim of Abraham thy father. Fear not, for I am with thee, and shall bless thee, and shall surely multiply thy seed as the sand of the earth, for the sake of Abraham my servant. And he built an altar there, which Abraham his father had first built. And he called upon the name of Yahweh, and he offered sacrifice to the Elohim of Abraham his father. And they digged a well, and they found living water. And the servants of Isaac digged another well, and did not. No, wait a minute, that just brought us back. Hold on. Verse 23 again. Let me go back right here. Yeah, those notes are the cause of confusion. I don't need to see these heathens with their notes. And he built an altar there, which Abraham his father had first built, and he called upon the name of Yahweh, and he offered sacrifice to the Elohim of Abraham his father. Okay, verse 24. And they digged a well, and they found living water. And the servants of Isaac digged another well, and did not skip past the notes. And the servants of Isaac found another well, and you got to skip to right there. And they did not find water. All right, so they rested from after that. And they went and told Isaac that they had not found water. And Isaac said, I have sworn this day to the Philistines, and this thing hath been announced to us. And he called the name of that place Well of the Oath. For there he had sworn to Abimelech and to Ahuzzath his friend, and Pico the prefect of his host. And Isaac knew that day that under constraint he had sworn to them to make peace with them. So in other words, it's in between them and the Philistines for real, but they swore just to make peace on that day. But guess what? Look on in verse 28. But you know what I'm saying? Isaac know these heathens don't mean them no good. All right, they hated on him and hated to see him prosper. Verse 28, Jubilees 24. And Isaac on that day cursed the Philistines. All right, now skip past the note. We don't want to see the stupid note. Let's skip to right there. And on that day, and Isaac on that day cursed the Philistines and said, "Cursed be the Philistines." No, let's highlight all this, because this is really what I wanted to point out. This is really the main reason why I read this, because I want you people to see how there's going to be people totally annihilated on Judgment Day, man. That's right, and the Philistines are going to be among them. That's right, because of this curse that our father Isaac put on them. All right, so you see that right there. I'm trying to get the whole passage highlighted. I ain't that familiar with this app, but anyway, let's go. Cursed be the Philistines. Let's see. For how long? Cursed be the Philistines unto the day of wrath and indignation from the midst of all nations. May Yahweh, may Elohim make thee a derision and a curse and an object of wrath and indignation in the hands of who? The sinners. Who? The Gentiles. The Gentiles are the sinners. Okay? And he goes on to give more definition of what Gentiles he means. The hands of the Kittim. See, Japheth's seed. The Gentiles, man. Japheth's seed, the Gentiles are ordained to be the Antichrist. And that's why they the oppressors of the whole earth. And it's a curse to be in their hands. And the Philistines were made to be oppressed under their hands until the day of wrath. And then they're going to be rooted out, as we're going to see as we read on. All right, so let me just go over that again. Cursed be the Philistines until the day of wrath and the indignation from the midst of all nations. May the Most High make them a derision and a curse and an object of wrath and indignation in the hands of the sinners, the Gentiles, and in the hands of the Kittim. Okay? Right there it says Macedonians, which are Greeks, all right? And whoever escapeth the sword of the enemy and the Kittim May the righteous nation, meaning Israel, and even the note tells you Judah under the Maccabees, because they did smash him. All right. Praise the Most High. Whoever escapeth the sword of the enemy and the kiddim, may the righteous nation root out in judgment from under heaven. For they will be the enemies and foes of my children throughout their generations upon the earth. That's what Isaac said. So what's Isaac's resolution to that? Verse 30. And no remnant will be left to them, nor one that will be saved on the day of the wrath of judgment. So tell me, T.I., is that wicked? Who you gonna call wicked for that? You said that the Most High didn't save all the people of the earth. And no remnant will be left to them, nor one that will be saved on the day of the wrath of judgment. For destruction and rooting out and expulsion from the earth is the whole seed of the Philistines reserved. Uh-oh. You see that, T.I.? Annihilation for the whole seed of the Philistines. The man said expulsion. Look, destruction, sir. And rooting out and expulsion from the earth is the whole seed of the Philistines reserved. And there will no longer be left for these Captorim, okay, a name. And there will, man, look what Isaac cursed. Look how he cursed the Captorim. Look what he said about the Philistines. And there will no longer be left for these Captorim a name or a seed on the earth. Wow. You see that? For though he is sin under heaven, thence will he be brought down. And though he make himself strong on earth, thence will he be dragged forth. And though he hide himself among the nations, even from thence will he be rooted out. And though he descend into Sheol, there also will his condemnation be great. And there also he will have no peace. And if he go into captivity by the hands of those that seek his life, will they slay him on the way. You see that? He ain't even gonna make it to slavery. He gonna get killed on the way to slavery. And if he go into captivity by the hands of those that seek his life, will they slay him on the way? You see that curse Isaac put on the whole seed of the Captorim? The Philistines will be annihilated, and neither name nor seed will be left to him on all the earth. Ooh, for into eternal malediction will he depart. For into eternal malediction will he depart. That's eternal condemnation, people. Reproach and shame. And thus it is written and engraved concerning him, whereat. And thus it is written and engraved concerning him on the heavenly tables, to do unto him on the day of judgment, so that he may be rooted out of the earth. You see that? The Most High has prepared slaughter for the seed, for the children of people, man. And you damn Palestinians, if y'all are these ancient Philistines, you know why you're catching hell. And guess what? When you're done catching hell, it's going to be more hell to catch after that beyond the grave in the judgment, man. Cursed be the Philistines, man. You see that? Until the day of wrath and indignation. Annihilation for the Captorim. All nations will not be saved.